Before we start, just a quick reminder to hit that subscribe button. Only 2% are subscribers. At 1,000 subscribers, I'll be posting a special video. Michael Carter peered out of the shuttle window as it descended toward the sprawling campus of Zeta Academy. The vibrant, multifaceted buildings reflected the light from two suns, a sight that made Michael's stomach churn with a mix of excitement and apprehension. It was his first time leaving Earth, and this prestigious intergalactic institution was unlike anything he'd experienced before. As the shuttle touched down and he stepped out, Michael's eyes widened at the sight of his new home. The academy buzzed with students from all corners of the galaxy, each unique in appearance and culture. Some floated effortlessly, while others exuded a radiant glow, a stark contrast to Michael's unremarkable human form. He squared his shoulders and walked towards the orientation hall, trying to look confident. Inside, Michael found himself seated among a vast array of alien species, each one appearing more exotic and imposing than the last. As the orientation began, Michael listened with growing unease. The academy prided itself on its rigorous training and high expectations, and he couldn't help but feel out of place. As the speaker detailed the curriculum, which included advanced combat training, survival tactics, and interstellar diplomacy, Michael wondered if he had made a mistake coming here. After the orientation, the students were led to their respective dormitories. Michael's dormitory was shared with 3 other students, each from planets with far more advanced civilizations than Earth. One of his roommates, Clorix, a tall, muscular being with iridescent skin, looked at Michael with disdain. "So you're from Earth, the so-called Deathworld," Clorix sneered. "How quaint." Michael felt a surge of defensiveness. "Earth might be a death world, but it's made us tough," he shot back, though he wasn't entirely sure if he believed it himself. The tension between the two grew, culminating in Clorix challenging Michael to a duel in the virtual combat simulator. The other students gathered around, eager to see the newcomer humbled. Michael's heart pounded as he entered the simulator, a high-tech arena that could replicate any environment imaginable. He knew he was outmatched, but he also knew he couldn't back down. Inside the simulator, Michael faced off against Clorix. The environment shifted to a dense jungle, reminiscent of Earth's rainforests. Clorix laughed, confident in his abilities. However, as the duel began, Michael's survival instincts kicked in. He moved with agility and used the environment to his advantage, just as he had done during countless childhood adventures back home. In a surprising turn of events, Michael managed to outmaneuver Clorix, winning the duel and stunning the onlookers. As the simulator powered down, Michael emerged to a mixture of disbelief and admiration from his peers. He had proven himself, if only for a moment. The murmurs of astonishment around him hinted at the beginning of a newfound reputation, one that might help him survive the challenges ahead. As he walked back to his dormitory, Michael felt a mix of relief and pride, knowing that his first day at Zeta Academy was just the beginning of his adventure. Michael Carter woke up with a sense of anticipation tinged with dread. His victory over Clorix the day before had made him the center of attention at Zeta Academy. Now, everyone expected more from the Earthling. He wasn't sure how long he could keep up the act, but he knew he had to keep trying. The Academy had already proven to be a challenging place, and if he wanted to stay, he had to adapt quickly. As he dressed, Michael recalled the events of the previous day. He couldn't believe that the dense jungle simulation had worked in his favor. The Academy's combat simulator was renowned for its unpredictability and advanced design. When the simulation had shifted to a rainforest setting, it seemed like fate had given him a fighting chance. He knew he wouldn't always be so lucky. Michael arrived at the training hall, where students were gathered for their daily exercises. The hall was a marvel of technology, filled with advanced equipment designed to test their physical and mental limits. Michael joined the line of students, his eyes scanning the crowd for familiar faces. He spotted Clorix, who wore a dark expression. The other students watched with curiosity, clearly eager to see if yesterday's duel had been a fluke. The day's training began with a series of physical challenges. The instructors, tall, imposing beings with cybernetic enhancements, barked orders as the students moved through obstacle courses and engaged in hand-to-hand combat drills. Michael struggled at first, but his resolve strengthened as he pushed himself harder. The other students, noticing his determination, began to regard him with a mix of respect and caution. Then came the announcement everyone was waiting for, another combat simulation, this time between Michael and Clorix. The room buzzed with excitement as the two students faced off. The simulation environment loaded, transforming the training hall into a barren wasteland filled with jagged rocks and harsh winds. Michael's heart raced as he surveyed the terrain. The wasteland was unlike any environment he had faced before. The air was thick and stifling, making it difficult to breathe. He glanced at Clorix, who looked confident and ready. As the simulation began, Clorix attacked with fierce determination. Michael dodged and weaved, using his agility to avoid the powerful strikes. The environment seemed to favor Clorix, but Michael knew he had to find a way to turn the tide. He remembered the survival training he had undergone on Earth, where he had learned to use his surroundings to his advantage. He quickly scanned the environment, spotting a narrow crevice between two rocks. With Clorix hot on his heels, Michael darted into the crevice, leading his opponent into a trap. As Clorix followed, he became stuck, unable to maneuver in the tight space. Michael seized the opportunity, launching a series of rapid attacks that overwhelmed Clorix. The simulation ended, and Michael emerged victorious once again. The room erupted in applause and cheers. Michael's classmates were genuinely impressed by his resourcefulness and skill. As he caught his breath, Michael realized that he had earned their respect. For the first time since arriving at Zeta Academy, he felt a sense of belonging. Clorix, humbled but not defeated, approached Michael after the simulation. The two exchanged a nod of mutual respect, signaling the beginning of a possible friendship. As they walked back to the dormitory, the other students buzzed with excitement, eager to hear more about Earth and its legendary status as a Deathworld. Michael smiled, feeling a sense of pride. He knew the road ahead would be tough, but for now, he was ready for whatever challenges lay in store. After his second triumph over Clorix, Michael Carter felt a growing sense of camaraderie with his fellow students at Zeta Academy. The atmosphere was a mix of awe and curiosity, and he found himself being approached by students eager to learn more about him and his home planet. The initial hostilities had faded, replaced by a genuine interest in the stories he had to tell. One evening, a group of students gathered in the common area of the dormitory, eager to hear Michael's tales of Earth. The room, usually filled with quiet study, buzzed with anticipation. Michael, sitting at the center of the group, was slightly nervous but excited to share his experiences. His classmates watched him with wide eyes as he began to recount his adventures. Michael's first story was about an encounter he had as a child with a wild grizzly bear during a camping trip. He described the fear he felt as the massive creature appeared out of nowhere, and how his father taught him to stay calm and stand tall. The students gasped as Michael detailed how he and his family managed to scare the bear away. The aliens, used to environments that were mostly controlled or tamed, were astonished by the idea of a world where such dangers lurked in the wilderness. Next, Michael told the tale of a hurricane that had ravaged his hometown. He described the terrifying winds and relentless rain that battered their home, and how his family had huddled together in a small shelter for hours. The listeners were captivated, unable to imagine such fierce natural phenomena on their own well-regulated planets. The idea of a world where nature could be so unpredictable and dangerous was fascinating to them. As the night went on, Michael shared more stories of Earth's dangers and challenges. He spoke of venomous snakes, towering mountains, and the vast unpredictable oceans. The students were mesmerized, hanging on every word. Even Clorix, who had initially mocked Michael, seemed genuinely impressed. The storytelling session continued, and the atmosphere in the room changed. The students, who had initially viewed Michael as an oddity, now saw him as a survivor, someone forged by a world filled with challenges. They peppered him with questions, wanting to know more about Earth and its unique inhabitants. Michael answered them all, feeling a sense of pride and belonging he hadn't experienced since arriving at the academy. The evening ended with the students buzzing with excitement and admiration for Michael. As they dispersed, he reflected on how his stories had transformed their perceptions. Earth, once dismissed as a dangerous backwater, was now seen as a place of strength and resilience. Michael felt a newfound sense of confidence, knowing that his experiences had prepared him for the challenges of the academy. As he prepared for bed, Michael couldn't help but smile. He realized that despite the academy's advanced technology and diverse student body, his experiences on Earth had given him a unique advantage. The tales he shared not only entertained his classmates, but also inspired them, creating a sense of unity among the students. Michael fell asleep that night, dreaming of new adventures and challenges to come, confident that he had finally found his place at Zeta Academy. Michael Carter stood in the bustling training field of Zeta Academy, surrounded by a diverse group of students. The day's agenda was survival training, a fundamental part of the Academy's curriculum. The instructors, all veterans of various galactic conflicts, eyed the students critically, sizing them up for the challenges ahead. Michael felt a surge of excitement, knowing that this was an area where he might shine. The training field was a marvel of interstellar technology, capable of simulating any environment across the galaxy. As the students gathered, the field transformed into a dense alien jungle with towering trees and exotic plants. The instructors announced that the objective was simple: navigate through the jungle to a rendezvous point while avoiding obstacles and simulated predators. The whistle blew, and the students sprang into action. Michael immediately utilized the skills he had honed on Earth. He darted through the thick underbrush, alert for any dangers lurking nearby. His experience with Earth's wild terrains had made him adept at navigating dense forests, and he moved with confidence, using the environment to his advantage. As he pushed forward, Michael heard a rustling sound nearby. He turned to see a simulated predator, a mechanical beast designed to mimic a ferocious alien creature stalking him. Instead of panicking, Michael climbed a nearby tree with ease, a skill he had perfected in his youth. From his vantage point, he spotted the creature's weak points and quickly devised a plan to disable it. Michael leaped from the tree, landing behind the mechanical beast and striking its weak spot with precision. The creature crumpled, and Michael continued on his path, feeling a surge of triumph. The other students who had witnessed the encounter were impressed. As Michael moved deeper into the jungle, he encountered more challenges, but each time he relied on his Earth-honed survival skills to overcome them. Meanwhile, the other students struggled with the dense terrain and hidden dangers. Many of them came from technologically advanced planets where such environments were rare, and they were unprepared for the harsh conditions. They watched in awe as Michael navigated the jungle with ease, his actions inspiring them to push through their own fears and obstacles. At the rendezvous point, the instructors were astonished to see Michael emerge first, looking unscathed and confident. The other students followed, many of them showing signs of wear and tear. The instructors, impressed by Michael's performance, praised him for his resourcefulness and adaptability. During the debriefing session, the instructors highlighted Michael's actions as an example of true survival skills. They encouraged the other students to learn from his example, noting that adaptability and quick thinking were crucial traits for any intergalactic explorer. Michael felt a swell of pride as his classmates looked at him with newfound respect and admiration. As the day ended, Michael reflected on the training session. He realized that his experiences on Earth had given him a unique edge at Zeta Academy. The survival training had not only tested his skills, but also solidified his place among his peers. As he walked back to his dormitory, Michael felt a sense of accomplishment, knowing that he was ready for whatever challenges the Academy would throw at him next. Back in his dormitory, Michael's roommates congratulated him on his success. Even Clorix, who had been humbled by Michael's previous victories, offered a rare smile. The atmosphere was light-hearted and friendly, a stark contrast to the tension that had marked Michael's early days at the Academy. As he drifted off to sleep, Michael felt a deep sense of belonging and purpose, ready to face the adventures that awaited him at Zeta Academy. Michael Carter was enjoying a rare moment of calm in the Zeta Academy courtyard when the alarm blared, its shrill tone piercing the peaceful atmosphere. The students around him immediately fell into a state of alertness. A distress signal had come in from a nearby planet, and the Academy's response was swift. The instructors quickly assembled the students in the central command room, a sprawling hub of holographic displays and blinking lights. The atmosphere was tense as the instructors explained the situation. An aggressive alien species, the Zathrans, was preparing to attack a small colony on the planet Zeon 7. The Academy had been called upon to help defend the colony, and Michael's heart raced as he volunteered, along with several other brave students. The journey to Zeon 7 was filled with a mixture of excitement and nervousness. The students prepared themselves for combat, checking their gear and discussing strategies. Michael felt a surge of adrenaline as he considered the task ahead. He knew that his recent successes had earned him the respect of his peers, and he was determined to prove himself once again. When they arrived on Zeon 7, the situation was dire. The Zathrans, a fierce and warlike species, were already advancing on the colony. The students quickly sprang into action, setting up defensive positions and preparing for the imminent attack. Michael found himself alongside his fellow classmates, his heart pounding with anticipation. The battle began with a thunderous roar as the Zathrans charged. The students fought bravely, but the Zathrans were relentless. In the chaos of combat, Michael's instincts took over. He moved through the battlefield with agility and precision, using his earth-honed survival skills to outmaneuver the attackers. During the battle, Michael noticed a group of Zathrans attempting to flank the students' position. Without hesitation, he rallied a group of classmates and led them in a counterattack. The skirmish was intense, but Michael's quick thinking and leadership helped turn the tide. The Zathrans retreated, and the students cheered, their spirits lifted by the victory. As the battle continued, Michael faced numerous challenges. He encountered Zathran warriors with advanced weaponry and cunning tactics, but each time he relied on his training and instincts to prevail. The other students, inspired by his bravery, fought with renewed determination. Together, they managed to push back the Zathran forces, securing the colony and saving the day. After the battle, the students were hailed as heroes by the grateful colonists. The instructors, who had been monitoring the situation, praised Michael and his classmates for their bravery and teamwork. Michael felt a deep sense of pride as he realized that he had once again proven himself capable of handling the Academy's challenges. Back at the Academy, Michael and his fellow students were celebrated as heroes. The experience had brought them closer together, and Michael felt a strong sense of camaraderie with his classmates. He knew that the battle had been a turning point, not just for him, but for all of them. They had faced a formidable enemy and emerged victorious, and their bond was stronger for it. As Michael settled into his dormitory that night, he reflected on the day's events. He knew that the challenges would only get tougher, but he felt confident that he was ready. The galactic crisis had tested his courage and strength, and he had emerged stronger for it. As he drifted off to sleep, he looked forward to the adventures that lay ahead, knowing that he was prepared for whatever came his way at Zeta Academy. After their victory on Zeon 7, the students at Zeta Academy returned as heroes. The experience had bonded them, but their reprieve was short-lived. The Academy buzzed with rumors of a larger Zathran assault. Tensions ran high as everyone anticipated what would happen next. One morning, as the students gathered for their daily exercises, the alarm sounded again. This time, the Zathrans were advancing toward a strategic outpost on a remote moon. The Academy's leaders quickly assembled a defense team, and Michael Carter was among the volunteers. The students, still buoyed by their previous success, prepared for battle with a mix of excitement and apprehension. The journey to the moon was tense. The students reviewed their strategies, and Michael felt the weight of responsibility. He had earned a reputation as a leader, and now his classmates looked to him for guidance. As they landed, they quickly moved to fortify their position, but something felt off to Michael. The eerie silence and lack of immediate threat made him uneasy. Just as the students finished setting up their defenses, the Zathrans attacked. They had been lying in wait, and their ambush was brutal. The students were taken by surprise, and chaos ensued. In the midst of the battle, Michael noticed that the Zathrans were using advanced cloaking technology to hide their movements. He quickly alerted his classmates, and they adapted their strategy, using thermal sensors to detect the hidden enemies. The battle raged on, and the students fought bravely. Michael led a group in a counterattack, using the environment to their advantage. The rocky terrain provided cover, and Michael's experience on Earth had prepared him for such conditions. He moved swiftly, outflanking the Zathrans and taking out their cloaked units. The tide began to turn as the students followed his lead. Despite their best efforts, the Zathrans continued to press forward. Michael noticed that they were focusing their attacks on the outpost's communication center. Realizing their plan to sever the Academy's communication line, he quickly rallied a team and defended the center, repelling the attackers. His quick thinking saved the day, and the students fought back with renewed vigor. As the battle drew to a close, the Zathrans began to retreat. The students, exhausted but victorious, cheered as the last of the attackers fled. The ambush had been intense, but Michael and his classmates had once again proven their strength and resilience. Back at the Academy, the students were celebrated for their bravery. The ambush had tested their skills and teamwork, and they had emerged victorious. Michael felt a deep sense of pride as his instructors praised his leadership and quick thinking. His classmates, who had once doubted him, now looked to him as a leader. That evening, as the students gathered in the common room, they reflected on the day's events. The ambush had brought them closer together, and they shared stories of their experiences. Michael felt a strong sense of camaraderie with his classmates, knowing that they had faced a formidable enemy and triumphed together. As he prepared for bed, Michael reflected on how far he had come since arriving at Zeta Academy. The ambush had been a turning point, solidifying his place among his peers. He knew that the challenges would only get tougher, but he felt ready. The experience had strengthened his resolve, and he looked forward to the adventures that lay ahead, confident that he was prepared for whatever came next. The Zathran ambush had made one thing clear. The threat was far from over. In response, the Academy's leaders devised a daring plan to infiltrate the Zathrans' base and sabotage their operations. Michael Carter, already established as a capable leader, was selected to lead the mission. He felt a mix of excitement and apprehension as he prepared to face this new challenge. The infiltration team consisted of Michael and a small group of elite students. Their mission was to navigate hazardous terrain, bypass enemy patrols, and gather intelligence on the Zathrans' plans. The team was well trained and equipped with advanced technology, but the stakes were high and failure was not an option. The journey to the Zathrans' base was fraught with danger. The team traveled through dense forests, climbed steep mountains, and crossed treacherous rivers. The terrain was unforgiving, but Michael's experience on Earth had prepared him for such challenges. He led the team with confidence, using his survival skills to guide them safely through the obstacles. As they approached the Zathrans' base, the team encountered a series of defensive measures. The Zathrans had set up perimeter alarms, automated turrets and patrols. Michael and his team moved with caution, using their training to avoid detection. They crawled through narrow spaces, hid in the shadows, and used their gadgets to disable the defenses. Inside the base, the team split up to cover more ground. Michael and his group moved stealthily through the corridors, gathering crucial information on the Zathrans' operations. They discovered that the Zathrans were planning a large-scale attack on the Academy, and the information they gathered was vital for the Academy's defense. Just as the team was about to leave, they were discovered by a patrol. The base erupted in chaos as alarms blared and Zathran soldiers swarmed the corridors. Michael and his team fought bravely, using their advanced weaponry and combat skills to hold off the attackers. The fight was intense, but Michael's leadership and quick thinking kept the team together. In the midst of the chaos, Michael saw an opportunity to sabotage the base. He led the team to the control room, where they hacked into the systems and planted explosives. The base was rocked by a series of explosions as the team made their escape, and the Zathrans' operations were crippled. The team returned to the Academy as heroes, having successfully completed their mission. The information they brought back was crucial for the Academy's defense, and their bravery was celebrated by their peers and instructors. Michael felt a deep sense of pride as he was praised for his leadership and courage. As they gathered in the common room that evening, the team reflected on their adventure. The infiltration had tested their skills and resolve, and they had emerged victorious. Michael felt a strong sense of camaraderie with his teammates, knowing that they had faced a formidable enemy and triumphed together. That night, as Michael prepared for bed, he reflected on the day's events. The infiltration had been a turning point, solidifying his place as a leader among his peers. He knew that the challenges would only get tougher, but he felt ready. The experience had strengthened his resolve, and he looked forward to the adventures that lay ahead, confident that he was prepared for whatever came next at Zeta Academy. Following the success of their infiltration mission, Michael Carter and his team returned to Zeta Academy with a sense of accomplishment. Their victory over the Zathran's base brought a temporary respite, but they knew the war was far from over. The Academy's leaders quickly organized a counter-offensive, aiming to dismantle the Zathran's main stronghold on their home planet, Zathran. Michael was once again called upon to lead the charge. The journey to Zathran was intense. The planet was a harsh, unforgiving place, teeming with hostile wildlife and perilous terrain. The students aboard the Academy's warships prepared for battle with a mix of excitement and nervousness. Michael felt the weight of responsibility on his shoulders, knowing that the outcome of this mission could determine the fate of the Academy. As the warships landed on Zathran, the students were immediately thrust into the fray. The Zathrans were ready for them, and the battle was fierce. Michael led his team with determination, navigating the dangerous terrain and engaging in intense combat. The environment was harsh, but Michael's experience on Earth had prepared him for such conditions. He moved through the battlefield with agility, using his surroundings to his advantage. The Academy's forces pushed forward, slowly gaining ground. The battle seemed to be going in their favor, but Michael sensed something was amiss. The Zathrans appeared to be retreating strategically, and he suspected a trap. As they neared the enemy's stronghold, his fears were confirmed. The Zathrans had set up an ambush, and the Academy's forces were suddenly surrounded. In the chaos that followed, Michael took charge. He rallied his team, using their training and combat skills to fight back against the attackers. The battle was brutal, but Michael's quick thinking and leadership kept his team together. They fought their way through the ambush, determined to reach the stronghold. Inside the stronghold, Michael faced the Zathran leader, a formidable warrior known for his ruthlessness. The showdown was intense, with both combatants evenly matched. Michael relied on his training and instincts, using his agility and resilience to outmaneuver his opponent. The fight seemed endless, but Michael's determination and grit ultimately won out. He defeated the Zathran leader, and the stronghold fell. The Academy's forces celebrated their victory, but the cost had been high. Many students were injured or worse, and the aftermath was somber. Michael felt a mix of pride and sorrow as he looked around the battlefield. The Zathrans had been defeated, but the battle had taken a toll on everyone involved. Back at the Academy, Michael and his team were hailed as heroes. The victory on Zathran had solidified their place as defenders of the galaxy, and they were praised for their bravery and sacrifice. Michael felt a deep sense of pride as his instructors and classmates lauded his leadership and courage. That evening, as the students gathered in the common room, they reflected on the day's events. The showdown on Zathran had tested their limits, but they had emerged stronger for it. Michael felt a strong sense of camaraderie with his classmates, knowing that they had faced a formidable enemy and triumphed together. The preparation for the mission was intense. The team, comprising Michael and his closest comrades, underwent rigorous training sessions to prepare for the unknown challenges they might face. The artifact was located in a hostile environment, and the team knew they had to be ready for anything. The instructors briefed them on the dangers, emphasizing the importance of caution and teamwork. As he prepared for bed, Michael reflected on how far he had come since arriving at Zeta Academy. The showdown had been a defining moment, solidifying his place among his peers. He knew that the challenges would continue, but he felt ready. The experience had strengthened his resolve, and he looked forward to the adventures that lay ahead, confident that he was prepared for whatever came next. With the decisive victory on Zathran, the Academy experienced a rare moment of peace. The students, though weary from the recent conflict, were filled with pride for what they had accomplished. Among them, Michael Carter stood out as a leader who had consistently proven his mettle in the face of danger. The Academy's leadership recognized his efforts, and preparations were made to honor him and his team for their bravery and dedication. In the days following the battle, the Academy buzzed with anticipation. The planned ceremony would be grand, a testament to the heroism of those who had defended the Academy and defeated the Zathrans. Michael, however, felt a mix of emotions. He was proud of what they had achieved, but the memories of those lost weighed heavily on his heart. On the day of the ceremony, the Academy's central plaza was filled with students, instructors and dignitaries from across the galaxy. The atmosphere was festive, a celebration of triumph over adversity. Michael and his team stood at the forefront, their uniforms crisp and adorned with medals. The Academy's leader, a distinguished and wise figure, stepped forward to address the crowd. In a powerful speech, the leader praised the bravery and resilience of the students. He highlighted the incredible feats they had accomplished, noting how Michael's leadership had been instrumental in their success. As the leader spoke, Michael felt a swell of pride and gratitude. He realized how far he had come since his first day at the Academy, when he felt like an outsider in a strange new world. The ceremony continued with the presentation of awards. Michael's heart raced as he was called forward to receive a Medal of Bravery, the highest honor the Academy could bestow. As the medal was placed around his neck, the crowd erupted in applause. Michael looked out at the sea of faces, seeing admiration and respect in their eyes. He knew that this moment marked a turning point in his life. After the ceremony, the students gathered to celebrate. The atmosphere was joyful, filled with laughter and stories of their adventures. Michael's classmates, who had once viewed him with suspicion and doubt, now saw him as a true leader and friend. They toasted to his bravery, recounting the tales of their battles and triumphs. Amid the celebrations, Michael found a quiet moment to reflect. He thought about the challenges he had faced and the friendships he had forged. He realized that the Academy had become his home, a place where he truly belonged. The experiences he had shared with his classmates had shaped him into the person he had become, and he felt a deep sense of gratitude for the journey. As the night drew to a close, Michael looked up at the stars, feeling a sense of contentment and anticipation. He knew that the future held many challenges, but he was ready for whatever lay ahead. The ceremony had not only honored his past achievements, but also marked the beginning of a new chapter in his life. With a smile, Michael joined his friends, ready to celebrate their shared victories and look forward to the adventures that awaited them at Zeta Academy. The hero's reward had been well deserved, and Michael knew that he would continue to face the future with courage and determination, confident that he was prepared for whatever came next. Michael Carter had barely settled into the rhythm of daily life at Zeta Academy when a new opportunity presented itself. The Academy's latest project involved an ancient alien artifact discovered on a remote planet. The artifact, emitting mysterious energy signals, had piqued the interest of scientists and strategists across the galaxy. Given Michael's track record, he was chosen to lead an expedition to study it, along with a select group of elite students. The journey to the planet was filled with a mix of excitement and anxiety. The team reviewed the scant information available about the artifact, speculating on its origins and purpose. As they neared the planet, the excitement grew palpable. The team felt like pioneers, embarking on a quest to unravel ancient secrets. Upon landing, the team quickly realized that the planet was more dangerous than they had anticipated. The terrain was harsh, with jagged rocks and treacherous cliffs. The atmosphere was thick and oppressive, making it difficult to breathe. Michael led the team with caution, using his survival skills to guide them safely through the hazardous environment. As they approached the artifact, the energy signals grew stronger. The team set up a base camp and began their investigation. The artifact was massive, a towering structure made of unknown materials. It emitted a low, pulsating hum that resonated through the air, filling the team with a sense of awe and trepidation. The team set to work, using advanced scanning equipment to analyze the artifact. As they studied it, they began to unravel its secrets. The artifact was a relic of an ancient civilization, a gateway to untold power. However, as they delved deeper, they realized that it also harbored a dangerous secret. Without warning, the artifact activated, and the ground shook violently. The team scrambled to safety as the artifact unleashed a burst of energy, sending shockwaves through the area. Michael quickly took charge, rallying the team and leading them to a safe distance. The artifact's activation had awakened something dangerous, and the team found themselves facing a new threat. The next few hours were a blur of chaos and action. The team fought against mechanical guardians that emerged from the artifact, their advanced technology no match for the students' combat skills. Michael led the charge, using his agility and quick thinking to outmaneuver the Guardians and protect his team. In the end, the team managed to deactivate the artifact, restoring calm to the area. The battle had been intense, but Michael's leadership and courage had saved the day. The team gathered their data and returned to the academy, eager to share their findings and warn of the artifact's dangers. Back at the academy, the team was celebrated for their bravery. The mission had tested their skills and resolve, and they had emerged victorious. Michael felt a deep sense of pride as he and his teammates were praised for their courage and determination. That evening, as Michael reflected on the day's events, he realized that the artifact had been a new kind of challenge, one that had tested his abilities in unexpected ways. He knew that the galaxy was full of mysteries and dangers, but he felt ready for whatever lay ahead. The experience had strengthened his resolve, and he looked forward to the adventures that awaited him and his friends at Zeta Academy, confident that they were prepared for whatever came next. With the success of their latest mission, Michael Carter and his team had solidified their status as legends at Zeta Academy. The tales of their bravery and ingenuity spread throughout the institution, inspiring younger students and earning the respect of even the most seasoned instructors. Michael, however, remained humble, knowing that his journey was far from over. He relished the challenges that lay ahead and the opportunity to continue growing alongside his friends. The academy buzzed with excitement as the new semester began. The atmosphere was charged with a sense of anticipation, fueled by rumors of a new, unprecedented expedition. The administration had uncovered another ancient artifact, one that promised to hold even greater secrets and dangers than the last. Michael, now a seasoned veteran, was chosen to lead the expedition, alongside his trusted comrades. The preparation for the expedition was meticulous. The team, eager to prove themselves once again, trained rigorously for the unknown challenges they might face. The artifact was located in an uncharted region of space, and the team knew they had to be prepared for anything. The instructors, impressed by the team's previous success, offered guidance and support, emphasizing the importance of caution and teamwork. As the team set off on their new adventure, the academy watched with bated breath. The journey to the uncharted region was filled with a mix of excitement and apprehension. The team, now a well-oiled machine, moved with confidence, ready to face whatever challenges awaited them. As they neared the artifact, the sense of adventure and danger grew, fueling their determination. Upon landing, the team quickly realized that the artifact was unlike anything they had encountered before. It was a colossal structure, radiating a strange energy that seemed to warp reality around it. The environment was hostile, filled with strange creatures and unpredictable phenomena. Michael led the team with caution, using their training and skills to navigate the treacherous terrain. As they explored the artifact, the team encountered numerous challenges. The artifact seemed to be alive, responding to their presence with increasing hostility. The team fought bravely, using their advanced technology and combat skills to overcome the obstacles. Michael, as always, led by example, showing courage and resilience in the face of danger. In the end, the team managed to unlock the secrets of the artifact, uncovering a powerful ancient technology that could change the course of history. The battle had been fierce, but the team's determination and ingenuity had triumphed. They returned to the academy as heroes, celebrated for their bravery and resourcefulness. Back at the academy, the team was hailed as legends. Their success inspired a new generation of students who looked up to them with admiration and awe. The instructors, proud of their achievements, used their stories as lessons in courage and resilience. Michael, though proud of their accomplishments, remained focused on the future, knowing that their journey was far from over. As the academy celebrated their success, Michael reflected on how far he and his friends had come. They had faced numerous challenges and dangers, but they had always emerged stronger for it. He knew that the galaxy was full of mysteries and adventures, and he was ready for whatever lay ahead. The legend of Michael Carter and his team would continue, inspiring future generations and shaping the future of Zeta Academy. With a smile, Michael joined his friends, ready to celebrate their shared victories and look forward to the adventures that awaited them. The future was bright, and Michael knew that they would face it together, confident that they were prepared for whatever came next.